Ladies and gentlemen, slimes and dimes, hip hop crimies and crimettes, welcome back to the couch. We are here with another reaction. This is, DJ Vlad chatting with Math Hoffa. And it's funny because I did my reaction video to Murdergram, which was Murdergram Ducks 2 with Eminem and LL Cool J. And I've been adamant on saying that it's a friendly competition between two great hip hop artists, two great rappers, and they're competing on the beat. Whether people want to believe it or not, hip hop is always going to be a sport. And anytime you hear about great artists that collab on a track like this together, they always talk about how much they're going back, changing their verses, how much they're in the studio doing this, that, and the thing. It's a fun, competitive thing. It doesn't mean just because they're competing means that it turns out to a beef. Or like we're saying somebody's better. Like, no, it's just that it's a friendly sparring match anytime two great artists go on a track together. And I will stand on that sentiment forever. And I don't understand these new way of thinking of certain people when it comes to just rap. But I've seen people act like hip hop isn't a sport and that hip hop artists don't compete. That is so false. Like, maybe these 2010 dudes don't rap like that, but the dudes that we're talking about as far as the LL Cool J's and Eminems and, Method Mans and all these dudes of the legends of old, if they're on a track together, they're trying to take that guy's head off. It's no beef. They're just trying to take that guy's head off, and they've all said it. I mean, shit. LL Cool J has literally been the epitome of starting a beef with a guy on record because they collab because of a fucking tattoo. So I don't want to hear people try to act like, rappers don't compete and that these two weren't competing or trying to out rap each other. Don't tell me that. I'm not trying to hear it. But with that, before I get into the rant, the reason why I did that is because Math Hoffa and DJ Vlad are debating and talking on if Eminem outshined LL Cool J on Murdergram 2. Because you know why? You know why? Because rap is a goddamn sport and they compete when they rap, and usually that's how it goes. Sorry.
I'm going to say this, and I know that everyone's going to get mad at me for saying this, but I feel it's truthful. Did you hear the song with LL Cool J and Eminem?
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought two legends on the track, it's a win.
That's it. Exactly. Facts.
Okay. That's the whole of your answer.
That's the whole of my answer. You're not going to get anything else out of me when you talk about.
I love this.
This is what I mean.
This is the best part because it's like you don't want to have that conversation because this isn't like a J and M on Renegade type of conversation. This is like two legendary rappers on one track. Like, if you like L and L is one of the GOATs and you can't out rap the master. So that's how I always even started that when I did Murdergram. Like, no matter how this goes, I know you just can't out rap the master because LL is literally why every rapper under him freaking raps. So you're just not gonna out rap him no matter how technical your skills are. You can out bar the hell out of each other. And then LL, once again, I'll say right now, it's a tie between the two. Now if you want to go break it down, like, yes, Eminem had better pockets where he put things together and said certain words and certain metaphors and everything was great. But LL did the same thing. I mean, LL had a bar when he was talking about his chain shining like lemon meringue pie. People don't even know what lemon meringue pie is. You know what I'm saying? But whatever people's heads so much. Sorry, that it's just like. But people want to be like, yeah, the hurricane and she's on so much lean. That's because that's what the current state of hip hop is now with that. But like Yellow Chains, Big, that was hip hop back then. So it's like depending on what era you're from and how you hear it sonically, you're gonna just peep little things. So it's just little stuff like that, like, yeah. Before I go off too much,
go on with this.
This is what I'm gonna say, and this is gonna be unpopular.
Mm-hmm.
And before I say this, I'm gonna preface it with LL Cool J is a definition of a legend.
Right.
The GOAT, created GOAT, bro.
In his prime, he was better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
When he came out, in fact, he was the first artist signed to Def Jam. He made that label. When he was doing his thing, when he was putting out albums, you'd be hard pressed to say that there was anybody better than him. Flow, delivery, lyrics, aggression, battling. You saw what he did to Cannabis, whatever else. Like. He was no slouch on any caliber when it came to hip hop.
Right.
Hearing Eminem and LL Cool J on the same song, what I experienced was someone who continuously stayed with his craft, Eminem, versus someone that hasn't been rapping for a long time and is now jumping back into it, and you see a vast difference between the skill level of the two of them.
I didn't get that.
I got that.
I did not get that.
I didn't get that at all.
I
did not
heard
get that.
Eminem
Vlad's
outshining LL Cool J. LL Cool J was trying to keep up to the best of his ability, but you could tell that he's just so rusty because he hasn't been rapping for so long.
No.
Whoa, Vlad. Whoa. You're wildin', Vlad. You are wild. Go back and listen to that 7 times before you come back here and say this shit, because that's crazy. Like, L literally rapped fast, made the bars, did the metaphors, did all of that just as good as M. It's just that M double times, like, because that's what M does. You know what I'm saying? So to Vlad's point, where Eminem is the master of his craft, yes, L knew he had to get on there and do. He couldn't go in there and have the smooth LL Cool J melodic. He had to come on there like a killer, like Jack the Ripper. He had to throw in his boom bap, and that's the thing. I'm like, he rapped like boom bap L. He rapped almost on the same cadence as M. He had his smooth flow in there. You can get it with the kilogram. I'm just paraphrasing this shit, but he had many different flows and patterns on that song. Where I think this goes back to like people underappreciated what LL brought on that verse. If you're not like this, even if you're not a real hip hop head, I think it's just like you just get too fascinated and caught up with the. You think that you fucking with my done not me kisses, you get too caught up with that shit, and you just think it's just blowing it out the water. But LL was on the same page with M. I'm sorry, it's literally just a tie between the two for me, and I love both dudes. Those are my 1As and 1Bs. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like M just out-rapped and outshined L on the track. That's not happening on this channel. That's not happening in my opinion, because I didn't think that even when I first heard it. I think it was a tie, bro.
No, that's not what I got.
And I know everyone's gonna get mad at me, and I don't care.
It's not even that.
Right.
I think that, when you on a track with M, don't try to outdo him doing M shit.
So you think that?
No.
You think that Cool J was trying to be Eminem?
I was just in the studio with Cassidy, right?
Okay.
We trying to knock out a record.
Okay.
And he's like,
this shit too.
we should rhyme every syllable, and we should
It sounded just like Cassidy.
And I'm like,
I'm dead.
All right, let me try it. I think we got about 24 bars done. But the loop is just burned in my head to now. I'm like, but that's his style.
Yeah.
It's not mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm free with my words. I like to say what I mean. I like to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he doesn't do that, but I have a different way of expressing myself that it doesn't have to be so intricately lyrical. You know what I mean? If you get on a track with M, and this is where I feel like people lose, don't try to do Eminem shit on a track with him. He's gonna smoke you every single time.
And it's funny he says that, because I think if you haven't checked my video out on That's All She Wrote, this is a prime. What he's saying, that song is a prime example of that, because T.I. tried to keep up and do what Eminem was doing on that song. And go back and look at that video if you want, because I'm like, yeah, at this point I think T.I. was like, oh shit, you about to do this, and then M's like, I see what you're doing, so boom, and it happens like that. Busta the same case. Now that was a tie, and I might have to actually really do that, because you really can't just do M things on the track if you're not M caliber. Like, only people that can really get on that time is L, Busta, and I'll throw Twista in there, because he just he can rap like that too, so I'll give it to him. But you can't. Yeah, he's right.
Did I feel like L L held his own? Yes, I feel L held his own. He held his own. It didn't feel like he was rusty with its craft.
Not at all.
It felt like,
not at all.
You, what the fuck? I didn't know that you could do this, because I've never heard L be that multi-syllabic. Yeah, polysyllabic, whatever you want to call the shit. I've never really heard him get down like that, especially with the lineup of songs that he was dropping.
Right.
This was totally left field. But don't get on a track with M doing M shit. You heard Rap God? Okay, cool. If I ever do a track with this guy, I'm never rapping fast. I'm going to focus on something else. Like if Jadakiss did a song with Jadakiss has done a song with Eminem, but I don't think he had a verse on it.
Yeah,
Kiss is not going to, let me do all it. Nah, he's not going to do that. He's going to be Kiss, the best Kiss that he could be, and M is going to be the best M that he could be. But anybody who jumps on the track, this guy is known for this. he does this. Like he wakes up in the morning, he just does that shit.
Right.
Don't try to do that shit with him. You know what I mean?
Well, then maybe that's what I was hearing. I was hearing LL Cool J trying to do an Eminem impression, and it just fell flat.
Like, okay.
See, I disagree with Vlad. It didn't fall flat. He was right there. Like, he literally was right there. Me and Marshall doing murders with dirty burners. Break him down and melt him in the furnace. Unapologetic. Like, dog, they was right off each other with that. I'm disagreeing with Vlad. I don't know what he was hearing.
Renegade. The big renegade conversation, right?
I did say that Jay-Z was not trying to do Eminem, and Jay-Z held his own, and people will argue.
He didn't really do him either. He did him as far as content, but the rhyming style, that wasn't a Jay-Z rhyming.
So you think he was trying to kind of keep up with Eminem?
I had to hustle. My back to the wall. Ashy knuckles, pocket filled with a lot of lead, not a cent.
Yup. Tell him it's just Jay though. It's just Jay. That's M's flow, bro. Try to do some M shit. Thank you. Yo, fuck with Matt Hoffa on that. Even though he did say a little bit ago, I don't know if it was him, but there was somebody on this segment being like, yo, niggas don't play Eminem in the hood and all that shit like that. So I'm glad to see that he recognizes that. And now I respect that opinion a whole lot more just because I'm just like, all right, like, I see what you, like, I already seen what he was saying then, but it came off and I thought he was just a hater of M too. But he's clearly not. He recognizes the rap abilities and the rap skills and everything else. And he's not off at all with that. Like, Vlad, I don't know, dog. Like, I'm starting to question Vlad's fucking ears at this point now, too. Because I'm just like, how do you think? Maybe he's just trying to troll and get, like, a conversation going. Because I feel like this is the first time people have actually started having this conversation, which, you know, the dust is settled now and, like, the track is settled in. So now I think we can start having this conversation. But that opinion is so far off as far as how LL approached that track. Like, LL, shit, if you want to ask me, I think LL was right there. Now, he didn't out-rap M, but M didn't outshine L. That's the thing. That is the point I think I'm going to try to make, is that Eminem did not outshine LL Cool J. Now, if you want to have an opinion, think he had a better verse, that's fine, because you can always pick and choose what you heard and what you think sounded better than whatever the verse was from the prior person. But as far as like washing L, because this is sounding like it's going into like washing L category conversations, and that ain't happened, dog. LL did not get washed on that track. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share, subscribe as well. Go check that one out as well too. Like, I love that song, and like, there was just no way. I've listened to that song 1,000 times after the fact. There's no way I can agree with what Vlad said on that. I do not agree with it at all. So let me know in the comments below. Do y'all think Eminem outshined, out-rapped, washed LL on his own shit? Or do y'all think that they was hand in hand, tied? Or do you think LL had a better verse than Eminem? Now, I ain't going to say all that, because there was some shit that M was saying in there where I'm like, yeah, L's skill set can't get to where M's getting at on that, but because LL is the GOAT and the originator and the master, he's able to do that. And like I said, like Matt Hoffa said as well, you can't go on a track with M doing M shit, but he still did it, but he did many pockets of what L do though. Like, you still got L flows in there. You had Boom Bap L, you had Hey Lover L, you had fucking Can I Bust L in there. You know what I'm saying? You had many different facets of LL Cool J in there, with him also being like, oh, you rapping fast, I can do this too. But like, we ain't gonna put different words and different imagery things together to make you think about it. Like, we just gonna rap like this with my way of rapping. So he still did it with his way. And just to his point too, like, you know, this is the renegade conversation, but not quite there yet. But I guess we fall into that category. But this is also what tells you that Eminem is really one of them ones, dog. Like, no matter how much you can be like, I don't fuck with his music and I don't like, but when What is going on today? Another one? 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 Another What is going on today? What, another one? Another one?